This is NewHampshireTrackandField.com, powered by Runner's Alley. We're coming at you with Addison Cox, newly minted All-American by virtue of her 5th place finish at the Nike Outdoor Nationals in Eugene, Oregon, a little less than a week ago. Addison, how's that feel to hear that introduction?
Good.
Let's go right to the race. You know, the race obviously had 3 or 4 girls take off right away, clicking off 78, 79s, and you obviously showed a lot of restraint and just going about 81s and kind of picking one person to run behind. Can you tell us about that? Talk to us about a little bit about that decision.
Well, I saw there's a pack of 4 girls that kind of took it out pretty hard, and there was one girl that didn't really go with them, so I just kind of hung with her, and then the 4th girl in that pack kind of dropped back to us, so we reeled her in, and then she kind of joined our pack, and it was actually kind of nice. I'd rather that because Aiden's race was pretty bunched up the whole time, so I was kind of happy.
Wait, you were before your brother. Just
well,
talk
yes,
about,
I know.
Yeah.
But like I would rather have the race I had than his race, because it was pretty spread out from the beginning, and I was able to put myself in 6th place from the start, and then I was able to finish 5th. But it was nice to have the race spread out so quickly.
So that was a goal of yours, top 6 All-American.
Yeah. I wasn't really sure where I ranked going into it because the heat sheets, they didn't have the times next to them. So, but I was pretty sure that I'd have at least have a shot at All-American. So.
How'd you feel as you went through the mile at 5:20 and then through the 3,200 at 10:48, which, by the way, is maybe your 3rd fastest time through the 3,200? Talk to us about maybe some thoughts you had hitting those splits.
Well, I knew I went through in 5:20. I didn't really know what I went through after that, but
Why is that?
I wasn't really paying attention. But I felt really good going through at 5:20. I've been working on that pace for a while, and it felt pretty automatic to me. And also, I was just kind of sitting behind the girl that was in 5th, so I was able to just kind of focus on her and not really worry about what lap I'm at. And the pace was pretty relaxing for at least the first half of the race. After that, it started to hurt a little bit, but so the 5:20 and 10:48 was relatively relaxing, but after that, it kind of got a lot harder.
If I were to ask you one thing you would attribute your success to this one race to, what would you say it would be?
My family and everyone, and my dad, who's my coach, who's the one doing this interview. But
I feel awkward.
Aiden and I had the biggest group of people cheering for us, which is kind of crazy because we come from New Hampshire, but we had a ton of family and a ton of friends who lived in the area come to Oregon to watch us, so we definitely had the biggest cheering section, and just hearing everyone yelling for us just made me gave me that extra boost on the hard laps and stuff. So just a big shout out to them, because I definitely wouldn't have done it all without
We haven't gotten
there.
a shout outs yet, Addison. Hold on.
Sorry.
So what about your overall experience at kind of the historic Hayward Field, even though obviously it has a humongous makeover? Talk to us about that experience of just being in Eugene, being at Hayward Field.
It was crazy. Definitely the nicest track I've ever been on. But I think Aiden and I, we watched so many YouTube videos touring the whole facility before we came, so we kind of knew what to expect, I guess. But it still was pretty exciting to actually be there. But we just tried to keep as level of the head as possible, and I think that really helped. And also, this was my first big track meet that I've ever been to. I've never qualified for New England's individually or anything like that. So it was my first big track meet, and so I just tried to roll with the competition and just enjoy my 12 and a half laps, and if that came away with an All-American, then that would be awesome. But if not, I still got to run 12 and a half laps at Hayward Field. So yeah.
How did it feel to represent New Hampshire?
Awesome. Like I said before, I've never had that opportunity in track. I've done it in cross country, but not at this stage or on a track, so it was really nice. And
okay, here's the hardest question. How does it feel to run 17 flat?
I'm happy because in the fall I did a 5K on the track and I ran 17:39, so big PR. But I am pretty mad that I didn't run 1 second faster. But I guess that's just a goal for the years to come.
Well, Addison Cox, give us a few more shout outs. If you left anybody out, here's your last opportunity as a high school senior, even though you graduated, to give a last couple shout outs here.
I already said this, but obviously shout out to my dad, who's you, but shout out to my dad because he's been my coach my whole life, and he's obviously never stopped believing in me, even like a few years ago when I could barely even run. So big shout out to him, and big shout out to my team at Co Brown, and just the whole Co Brown community, because they've always been like a super supportive teammates, and that whole program is just amazing, and I'm so lucky to be a part of it. And then obviously shout out to my family, my mom, Aiden obviously, who's my occasional training partner when he feels like going slower. And then Broden, who's our #1 fan all the time. He was the first one to come and see me after my race, and so big shout out to Broden. So yeah.
All right, well, Addison Cox, congratulations, 17 flat .59, All-American in the 2021, or they're calling it the 2020, Nike Outdoor Nationals. Congratulations. This is NewHampshireTrackandField.com, powered by Runners Alley, with an All-American.
Thank you.